Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer. And we're back on the deep dives where today we're going to be looking at arms trafficking. But before we do that, let's talk changes. For changes have been made. I've bought some DLCs. We got the thematic weapons, the makeshift weapons and the street art weapons. And I also bought the celebrity pack, so we're gradually gathering up the gear from that as well. So lots of exciting new weapons for us to play with. And speaking of DLC, and speaking of changes, maybe it's time for a new outfit. I bought the 7 Deadly Sins pack and the Scarlet suit from the Lust escalation is pretty darn cool. So I think we're going to rock this for a while and see how life goes. Hopefully it's not going to go terribly well for our arms trafficking targets. Let's see what our challenges are. So we've got kills with shotgun, submachine gun and assault rifle, and prox explosive and frag grenade and explosives in general. And then we've got eliminating guards with assault rifle and shotgun. So pretty straightforward. And we've got Colorado, Mendoza and New York. Colorado making things less straightforward, probably. But let's start there. So we've got eliminate guard shotgun, eliminate target with shotgun, and poison guard, which is one of the optional bobs that's picked up here and there. Now, collateral explosion might not be a bad bet for our other target. Probably better than silent assassin, so we want to bring a shotty. And I think our preferred choice of weapon will probably be the NRAM covert. It's big, but it's silenced. We will bring some DLC weapons along at some point when we get the chance. But we're going to take silenced weapons where we can, because this is going to be a risky enough challenge at the best of times. So we'll grab some of our usual gear that we would bring. What sort of explosion do we want to bring? We'll also bring the outstanding service coin that's been added in the newest patch, the winter patch. And then maybe a rubber duck. We like rubber ducks. And then a little pistol, because that's always a good idea. And I think we've got everything we need to get started. So let's see how arms trafficking on Colorado goes. And here's another change. If you take a peek at that bottom left corner, you'll notice that I've got the simple health bar mod installed as well now. So we've always had a health bar. 47's always had one, it's just it doesn't normally show up. But I thought I'd add the mod just to make it a bit clearer to see exactly how buggered I am at any given moment. The answer on Colorado is probably very buggered most of the time, but we will see. Now, there's a guard. There's another one approaching. This isn't ideal. Unless they approach far enough for us to just shoot them and hide them in this bush, perhaps. That could work. But let's have a poke around the other way if we can. Maybe we just go for point guard. If there's ever a map where things just go sideways, it's Colorado. And if there's ever a syndicate type where things do the same, it's arms trafficking. Things will escalate very quickly on both this map and this syndicate type, so combining the two is something of a powder keg. There's one of our targets. May as well pull out the shotty, because if we get spotted, everyone's going to try and shoot us. So we may as well shoot people first. Alright, okay, someone knows that something's up. But it definitely wasn't us, because we're just a militia soldier. And there we go, we've got 3 guards shotgunned. We haven't got the worst combination, which is shotgun 3 guards and assault rifle 3 guards, because that is always the worst. That makes life extremely difficult. Mostly because you can't bring too large items into a level without causing trouble. But thankfully we have evaded that fate today, otherwise that would make this even harder hard mode. Now, let's change outfit, just cause. It's probably a good idea. We can also get Poison Guard out of the way. I don't think that's the point guard we got, that's probably the Spec Ops guy. But that's fine, it doesn't matter which we get. We just need a new outfit because we are compromised. Yeah, it's just Spec Ops. Okie doke. We can live with that.
What's up?
What is up, my friend? Now, second target is over this way somewhere. Nobody around here seems to know us. Ah, there we go. They're part of a patrolling group. That's generally good. Would you like a duck, friends? I'm sure you would. Oh dear. Good. So that's our objectives sorted. Aside from the old supplier. So let's leave the area.
Rise and shine.
Okay, alarms are going off. People are panicking. And our supplier is over near the tar pit, so kind of in the wrong place for us. We want to be over there ourselves, but there's lots of suspicious men with guns about, so let's take a sort of roundabout route. I have done an off-camera leveled because I just fancied a bit more play.
Heard anything from anybody else? Over.
So, and I thought I'd grab some of the DLC weapons. So we've got ourselves a good chunk of cash right now. Now, what have we got? We've got the splitter cookery knife. We've also got the concrete sniper rifle. And the splitter SMG. Let's go for the knife and the SMG. I don't think there's anything special about them. The SMG is just an unsilenced subby. And the knife is just a knife. Although, from what I've heard, the knife doesn't actually count towards knife kills for the objectives that you might get for organ trafficking, for example. So that's a slight oversight by the devs. Given the speed with which it's taken them to sort out the coin bug, I feel like it could take quite some time for them to figure out this one, so we probably shouldn't hold our breath. Could have gone much worse. You often get quick runs with arms trafficking, whether that's good or bad. They're often over in a short amount of time, and this one is one of those. So where to next? Probably Mendoza. Let's do a New York showdown, perhaps. So Mendoza. Guards. There we go. Here's the trouble. When you get Eliminate Guards Shotgun and Eliminate Guards Assault Rifle at the same time. We'll go for Silence Pistol Kill Epic. And that gives us an opportunity to bring along Black Trinity. From the Trinity pack, which I've had quite some time. I think I just got that for free as part of the upgrading from one version of the game to the next type deal. We'll take the makeshift scrap shotgun because when you do need to bring both a shotty and an assault rifle, then a sword off is probably your best bet, just so you can tuck it in the pocket. So we've got 3 guns. We still need Poison Target once again. Well, Poison Target as opposed to Poison Guard that we had last time, but we still need a Dart Gun. Is the main thing. Now we've got space for the coin. I'm probably going to constantly forget to use the coin because I've lived without coins in Freelancer for so long. But we'll bring it anyway, and we'll see if we can put it to use on Mendoza. Okay, that's a good start location because we can lure a guard from upstairs. When you're doing arms trafficking and therefore probably carrying around a bunch of guns, it does mean that guard outfits are even more attractive than normal. So, yes. guard outfits are probably going to be the order of the day. Now, here comes assault rifle target number 1. And outfit number 1. We're not getting much use out of our fancy scarlet suit. But I think I know exactly where we're going to go to take down 3 guards with the shotgun. Because down here is just a nice quiet spot where you can do that without too much trouble. So we take out the camera, which attracts that guy's attention. Down he goes. Now there's a couple of doors between us and anyone that might care. So we could potentially knock these guys out first and then blast them. But we don't need to.
Grandmother?
Because we can just do that. And then we can bring in man the third. And with the door closed once again. That's our loud gun objectives out the way. Now, where even are our targets? One on the dance floor. And one up at the Asado. Very well. Now, these 2 guys are enforcers. Oops. That was some bad shooting. Now, those SMGs that you were carrying, I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it's an assault rifle because we've replenished our ammunition. That's good. We like this. Because we've got these guys. And if we can take out the cameras, that will probably make our life easier. But first, we use the coin. And yeah, we've got the assault rifle objectives done. So let's go for the old Black Trinity. Can always save the assault rifle for if everything goes south at some point. And that's cameras taken care of. So yeah, not a whole lot of messing around when you're doing arms trafficking. Just business. Which is then taken care of in a swift and brutal fashion. Now, target was over there somewhere, yes? Yes.
Kronstadt. I dare say congratulations are in order.
Close call though. I was third.
So, how might we want to deal with them? And how might we want to deal with that one who's down below? Because one of them needs to be poisoned. Is anyone watching us over here? No. Good.
Huh?
Oh,
She's not looking well. So where does she go? Is she just going to go to the edge like so many other people do when you seeker them on Mendoza? That does seem to be the case. She's just strolling off
Okay.
with that poison dart sticking out of her head. It's perhaps not the best level for arms trafficking, Mendoza. It's got the same sort of problems of sight lines as Colorado does. You heard nothing. So that's prestige out of the way. Last target is still downstairs. Let's just come down this way just to avoid any bother. And perhaps speak to our supplier as well. Now, what you got, my man? You got the white Trinity. The red one would be nice because it would match our suit, but we could take that one. And then we got another unsilenced SMG, the Shark SMG from the street art set, I guess. A lot of the makeshift pack and the street art pack are just unsilenced weapons, so That's one of the reasons I held off getting them for a while, is because I'm not going to use the damn things a lot of the time. Just because they're not as useful. But I am planning, thanks to a suggestion on Discord, to do some sort of DLC weapons only run at some point. So we've got that to look forward to. Now, I've just purchased a micro explosive and a rubber ducky. So I think that is going to be our way of getting rid of this guy without getting into too much bother. Yes. You enjoy that duck, my man. We're just going to stroll away from the scene of the crime to be. Because we've got business to attend to, haven't we, Pam?
One.
Oh, jeez. Can you believe these people?
And there we go. Target eliminated. And a short stroll to the exit. Yet more chaos has been caused, but we don't mind with that. A little bit of chaos is what arms trafficking's all about. And now we've got an explosive phone. Handy. So, New York has assault rifle kill and eliminate guards assault rifle. Take no damage, which we'll be able to see that we've exactly done thanks to our new simple health bar mod. So, Silent Assassin is just generally off the menu with arms trafficking because of the eliminate guards objectives that you often seem to get. There's no safe, so we're going for timed hide and seek. And we are looking for a Sweet Tooth Foodie. Hat, blonde hair, necklace, but no glasses. So, a blonde hat wearer with no glasses. Now, do we have any silenced SMGs here? No, the concrete assault rifle is unsilenced. The makeshift scrap assault rifle, though, it's an epic assault rifle, and it is silenced. So I guess we can bring along one of our DLC weapons. We can also bring the White Trinity. And that's largely all we're going to need. So that is a good thing about arms trafficking, is you've often got a lot of spare space in your inventory. Because you just need to bring some guns, and that's about it. So then you can choose to bring whatever else might take your fancy. So I'll grab the usual gubbins. And let's go and see how New York is going to work out for us. Okay, we are chilling
Talk to everyone?
in the
No,
employee
I think I saw
section.
him go into the bathroom.
Could get an outfit because our targets are upstairs. But which outfit? We can certainly get the applicant outfit without too much bother. We'll just pop this guy in the box. Now, would we have time to complete the job application before the time limit on hide and seek expires? Do we even need to? Or are our targets going to come downstairs? Would it even help us? Would it allow us up to where our targets are? Potentially it would, because they're all up and around the stock market. But we can't go up. Yeah, we can't go up without doing the application. So let's
There
see
you are.
if we've got time.
Did I let him go?
No lookouts around, so that's
Mr.
good.
Thomas, have a seat, please.
Feeding on something.
Yeah, we're not going to have time to
On
do
what?
this.
A carcass. The scene is
But we're locked in.
reflected a pool
That's
of blood
unfortunate.
flowing from the body.
No, wait. Please
Oh,
sit down.
We can get up, good. Let me just hop into this cupboard, please.
Sir, I'm sorry, but we don't want your kind messing around in there.
Okay, we're back. Can we carry on?
Right. Good. Where were we?
Okay, that's fine. Good.
Whenever you're ready, just grab a card.
Wait.
Welcome on board, Mr. Thomas.
Excellent. And we've just about got enough time to get back in the cupboard.
Sir, why would you do that?
Don't worry about why I would do that. It's fine. So, I think now that we've done that, we are allowed upstairs.
Jeez.
Good. So, there's a hat wearer. Let's go and investigate them.
Find anything yet?
No. But
You've got glasses though, haven't you? Yeah, you have.
understand the task and why we're
You're
doing
not the
it.
one.
Someone broke in and we're here to see if they stole something. But
Now we've got a friend down here who's sneezing. That's not on our list. So you're not the one. So it is one of the two upstairs, which potentially means that that was a waste of time because I don't think we're allowed
Right. You know how
up
Kraft's
top
still
as the
building
job applicant.
wireless. Now the director hates seeing cables anywhere. Unless she had a router installed in her office, but
Where are we?
hence the need for IT
Maybe we are.
5. Nobody
Cool. So here's a target.
unless I say so. It's Charles.
They definitely fit the bill.
And yes, Mr. Perez, our head of security, already knows.
And they've got an assassin though.
Keeping an eye out.
Mr. Perez, huh? Yeah, all right.
You also look like you fit the bill. Although, do you have a tattoo? Yeah, you've got a tattoo, so you kind of fit the bill.
Very good, Mr. Man.
Let's watch them for a moment, see what we've got. Sweet Tooth is something we need. And that tends to pop up quite regularly. Do you have a tattoo? Wait, do you have earrings? Yeah, you do.
Oops, sorry about that.
So it is the one from upstairs.
Shut up.
So up we go once more. They probably won't roam very far because they're a foodie and they want to stay close to their food.
Hello, sir.
You're just going to stand there. Yeah, you are.
I understand Athena
What a pain.
Savalas pulls a lot of weight in the industry and the partners are dying to please her, but
It's pretty obvious. Zavala
Definitely use this camera out of the way.
Cover up their tracks. But, like it or not, job right now.
Probably use that bodyguard out of the way, but
The band's gonna be
that could be trickier. No. This box is probably our hide and seek box until we can get the job done. Got a courier though as well. Where's he going? We could him going in here. You're not allowed in here. Getting this covered. I mean, I'm not allowed in here. It's actually fully hostile. Yeah, I didn't realise exactly how strong this outfit was once you've done the job interview.
I'll see.
I didn't realise it allowed you full access to this top floor, aside from Athena's office. Now, is our target going to go anywhere? I feel like maybe she isn't, because she's a pain in the butt. But, maybe we can get off a seeker shot somewhere?
More action.
Probably not whilst Fabian's in there doing his thing. Okay, she's on the move. That's good. Will anyone hear this?
Why do I suddenly feel like dog shit?
Don't think they will. Where are you going? There's a perfectly good toilet downstairs. She's going to come up here and chuck in the bin, isn't she? Bloody hell. Which means things could go pear-shaped. So how do we deal with her? Because we've got that guard there, you see. We've got that guy who will probably see if she gets knocked out. Maybe that... I think we just go for a risky shot. Yeah, that guy doesn't seem to care that much. That guy might do. Yeah, it was risky, but we got away with it. And now we can go about the rest of our lawful business. There's something else we can do as well, you know. We can demonstrate another mod that I've got installed now, which is the FreeCam mod. And a second mod, which hides the UI. So let us hide the UI first. That's Control F2, there we go. And now we can basically take screenshots wherever we like. Truly is a new era of Hitman content. Now we'll come back to Supply a Friend in a bit because we still want to get into the safe area. We're allowed to stroll around down here, which is good. We'll do our usual business with the security lock.
Alright. This is doable. Flipping the switch.
Yeah, you flip that switch. Good man. Now, I'm sorry about this, but we do need to execute you. Well, I mean, we didn't. We could have just gassed everyone in the security room and executed them. But heck with it. We've killed that guy. Now, let's see. There's a security guard roaming down here.
Hey!
Oh, he's a lookout.
Hey! Who are you? Do I know you?
I didn't realise there was a lookout going to be roaming around down there. That's kind of scuppered things slightly. But it's fine, we'll just hide in a basket. He doesn't know where we are. No one knows where we are. They're just imagining things if they think they do.
Screwdriver. I repeat. Drop
Piss. I got out too early there.
Make the right choice, sir. I'm not
I will make the right choice.
asking you again. Unqualified bastard. I see.
Now that's going to bring those two lads over.
Need assistance.
Just going to bring over this guy. And his friend. Okay, so things haven't gone fully according to plan there. Two more are coming.
You go. Flush him out.
Okay.
Now, another guy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there are brains everywhere. Might have to change outfit, you know. Are you gonna... We don't want to take damage. This much is known. That guy is... What? He's coming around there. Okay. That guy is... Alright, so if we close that and change outfit.
Lost sight of him. Move to a better position.
Yeah. We've lost sight of him.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
Need assistance.
The right. Yes, need a doctor here now.
He's probably gone. It's probably cool. So yeah, things didn't quite go to plan there. But they did go according to the arms trafficking way of life. And so maybe that's fine. Now, do we try and get the... Yeah, let's get this door open. Get the sedative. And then maybe we will do our normal poisoning of this thing. Just because it's probably going to come in handy at some point. Because we still want to rob the safe like we normally would. I do worry that someone might come down and kind of see this chaos. Maybe actually, we change outfit once again and we get a better screenshot. Lovely. Hopefully that doesn't get us in a lot of trouble with YouTube and the algorithm. But I feel that is more fitting of the arms trafficking way of life. Now, did we turn on the gas? No. Let's do that. Because we don't need to go in that security room again at any point. So let's see if any guards make their way down or not. Okay, there's one left up here and he's making his way.
Nothing here, Command.
These guys are panicking, as is their way. Oops.
Now, Mr. Bodyguard.
Ah, I forgot that we didn't have the key.
Enough. Had it with you.
That's fine, maybe.
Area.
Yeah, that was a suspicious act. But suspicious acts are absolutely fine.
Command, yeah, I'm here now. It's all clear. Over.
Oh no.
It's all clear. Over. I think what he meant to say is, it's all over. I'm not clear. And now we're free to rob the safe. Mostly because everyone's dead. We like this. That gives us a chunk more cash that we can now use to go and see Supplier Friend. Someone's found that guard that I just iced, because of course they have. Now, Head of Security's come down to see what's going on. He's not going to like it one little bit.
That's quite the offer.
We could get that Shark SMG. Why not? Now it's about time we do one, I think. Leave behind our handiwork and go about our business. I believe it's just going to be cash in the old crate. Yep. Are we actually able to prestige at this point? No, we're missing something. I know that the DLC walls don't count for prestige. Ah, there we go. We're missing a submachine gun up there. But yeah, one advantage. Generally speaking, the DLC weapons aren't pay to win or anything like that. But one advantage they do have is that they don't count towards prestige one way or the other. So if you are worried that you're going to die on a level and lose all your guns, just take along some DLC ones and it won't set you back on your prestige progress. Now let's get Rubber Ducky again. You should probably see where we're going next. There is one level in particular I would like to see, but because we have to do arms trafficking, it's not guaranteed. And it's not there. Colorado and Mendoza again. We've literally just done those two. I don't normally do this mid-video, but I'm going to quit and come back in, see if we can get a different selection of levels. Hopefully this batch will be a bit more fun. Where are we? We are looking for the bomber. Colorado again. Ugh. Fine. Fine, we'll do this batch. At least it's not alerted. The alerted is Hokkaido, so that's fine. Dubai is probably the showdown. So let's go to scale. And once again, we've got both of the eliminate guard objectives. They do seem to crop up together a lot. And then we'll also have to bring a silenced pistol, I feel. Use only one disguise. That should be fine. We could bring a duck once again, just cause. That's certainly an option. With challenges only including one specific kill type. And then, yeah, let's bring the White Trinity again. And we've got a full loadout. We're going to want the Elite Guard outfit if it's all possible, but let's see where we begin. Okay, we are up on a roof. That's not perfect. Our targets are down below somewhere. Rachel is down in the Stronghold showroom area. Marcus is in the gallery. So we don't necessarily need an Elite Guard outfit because we don't have to go up terribly high. We don't have any guards in this room, but there is one or two in there. That wasn't subtle, but it gets the job done. Now let's lurk on this side of the door.
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, keep wondering, friend. Fear not though, you won't have to wonder much longer. We're going to take away all of your worries. Now, does that guy ever turn around? I don't know. I don't think he does. So he won't mind if we do that. And yeah, we'll go for guard as our outfit. No one from out there is going to see if we toss this extinguisher at this guy's head, are they? Good. Yeah, we can't actually cross the helipad area, I don't think. Because that requires a better outfit than the one we've selected. We can get to where we need to be though. We just need to take a bit of a roundabout route. Do we also deal with these two guys? They could be shotgun targets. And then we could run away from the scene of the crime before anyone particularly gets close. Yeah, this could be smart. Fine. Not quite sure what's happened there. A wrench bounced off the first guy, maybe? I don't know. Now, can anyone from the helipad see down here? I don't think so. But either way, let's move these two guys around the corner here. And then we'll shotgun them. And then we'll climb up the pipe to get away, probably. I think that should work. Yeah, gunshot was heard. That guy over there has definitely heard a gunshot. But he's maybe too far away to know what to do. Yeah, it seems like he's just gone about his business again, but someone else has spotted
I
him.
need some backup over here to watch my six.
Yeah.
Time to step up your game.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can really hit those guys from up here.
Find the perp. Check over there. I hear you loud and clear. Copy, command. Still looking.
Maybe we could have done. But either way, they're on the move now. We'll deal with our third shotgun target later, perhaps. Although they're going to come back out, aren't they, to check on the bods. There we go. That's our shotgun objectives complete. Yet more bods are being found, but that's okay with me. And now we should be able to just go up these stairs because our enforcer, who was in the way, is going about his business elsewhere. Might need to keep an eye out for
Hello, sir.
the elite guard enforcer that roams about there. Let's see. So we've got a guard there, which is a shame because our target is around and about. Our target is an elite guard. He wanders into this room.
Hey, you. Where do you think you're going? Definitely not through here.
Is
Get out
that?
of my face.
Yeah, our target is an elite guard who's following Miranda around. That's a pain. Or is it? Although with that shot coming off successfully, maybe we're all good. He is certainly going to come to this toilet. Excellent. Now, we will drag him out of sight of the door. Although potentially that puts him in line of that guy. Come on now, there we go. Because we don't want to be seen in the same room as a dead body. Just seems a bit dodgy is all. Okay, we got away with it, good. Now, killing one more guard with an assault rifle should be just fine and dandy. You're an enforcer, but you're also really crap at your job, so I can just walk past you. And then the security room contains far too many guards for my liking. So we won't go for them, I don't think. We've got 3 up here. Make that 2. So we could potentially take these guys out without too much trouble. Didn't bring a coin this time, but that's okay.
Find out what that was.
Got it.
Why are you sending him? I mean, it's fine.
Calibration.
It works. Now we've just got a target to take out. So they are down below, just chilling out in the showroom. So how best do we get down there? Also, where's our supplier? That's another question. Our supplier's down in the same sort of area, which is convenient. So I think we'll just go the sensible way. We'll just stroll along here and then go down past all the guards. Okay, she actually has a smoker next to that lamp, so that's a possibility. But then again, she's not exactly the most difficult person to take out, because if she's going to stroll over to that as well... and sooner or later she might come over to this bog. She's probably the closest to that. Yeah, which means that in a moment she's going to put down a magazine and she's going to go and have a look at that. She couldn't really be much easier to kill.
Aw, shit! Oh god, this isn't happening.
I'm afraid it is, miss. It's what you get for being part of a syndicate. Now get in a cupboard. Entirely unnecessary. But I suppose at least a minimal amount of subtlety here and there on arms trafficking is fine. So we're going to get the ICA 19 Chrome.
I'll be around if you need more.
Now, where does this window take us? It takes us back upstairs. Ah, it takes us up to this bit, where we can then immediately just go back down. And that's how we leave Scale. And I feel like that was a pretty good taste of what to expect over the arms trafficking campaign. Lots of chaos, lots of violence. Hopefully no failures, but probably a failure or two along the way. But maybe not, if you're all there to support me. So until next time, thanks for watching, friends.